Hi everybody, I'm Bob Kovacs, and this is my review of the Comica WS60 wireless microphone. I have to tell you right from the beginning, I'm using the Comica WS60 right now, and I really like it a lot. Of all the wireless mics I've used, this one is my favorite for a bunch of reasons. First of all, the sound quality is very good. Secondly, with this microphone, I have had zero dropouts. It really is a very reliable wireless microphone. Now this is a dual transmitter microphone. It comes with two transmitters that look like this. These are small and very lightweight. They're the lightest weight wireless mic transmitters I've ever dealt with. The receiver is unusual in that it comes with a built-in mount for a cell phone. The Comica WS60 can be used as a vlogging microphone for your cell phone. So you can set it up with a cell phone and create good cell phone videos with solid audio because you're using this nice wireless microphone system. Now, I don't do that sort of thing, but here's what it looks like when you use it attached to a cell phone. Of course, in addition to coming with the transmitter that I already showed you, it comes with two microphones. This is what one of the microphones looks like. The other microphone's attached to me as I speak. And there are also two wind muffs so that you can use them outside in the wind, and this will cut down the sound of the wind. And they do a pretty good job, these tiny little wind muffs. Again, because the WS60 is intended to be used for vlogging with a cell phone, it comes with this tiny little tripod, which also substitutes as a handle. So you can hold it with your cell phone mounted on top with the wireless microphone receiver put on it as well. Now, one of the features that I really like about the WS60 is that I mentioned the small and lightweight transmitters. They have a built-in lithium-ion battery, and the receiver has a built-in lithium-ion battery as well. So you don't have to worry about swapping out batteries in the field. Of course, you do have to worry about keeping the batteries that are built into these charged. The batteries are not replaceable, so you just have to make sure that you keep it charged. In my use of this, I found that the transmitters will run 8 to 10 hours, but the receiver runs for less time. So let's say the receiver runs for 5 or 6 hours. So keep that in mind. I wish that with the receiver, now the receiver is a little bigger than the transmitters. When it comes to the receiver, I wish that the battery in the receiver was a little bit bigger so that it could also get that nice 10-hour runtime. Both the transmitters and the receivers all charge using a USB-C port on the edge. As I said, I really like this system, so let's go ahead and get started showing you what it can do. This is my distance test of the Comica WS60. I'm about 100 feet away from the camera right now, call it 30 meters. Now, I've found in the past that wireless microphones generally work fairly well at a distance if you don't move. But as soon as you start moving, there's some breakup. This test is whether or not from 100 feet away. Just how well that works, because I haven't tried it until this very moment. Now I'm going to walk closer to the camera. Again, as I move, in my experience, some wireless mics can break up. We'll see if the WS60 breaks. I'm going to stop at about 50, which is about 15 meters or so. And hopefully it's working great. This is really a nice sounding microphone. It's a beautiful day today in December. This is maybe 50 feet away from the microphone, and I'll move around a little bit here and see if there's any breakup as I move around. Of course, this would be if you're working with your talent at this sort of a distance and the talent needs to move. It's nice to know whether your microphone is going to stay nice and reliable. Okay, and now I'll come to a distance which is a very common working distance, about 10 feet away, about 3 meters or so. And it should have been good up until this point and perfect at this point. Now, if I move around here, it should, again, not be a problem. Now, the microphone is in my pocket, so it's pretty much a direct line of sight to the receiver that's mounted to the camera. So that is my distance test of the WS60 microphone. This is a test of using both of the transmitters. Now, this is a two-transmitter system, so you can put one transmitter on one person and you can put the other transmitter on somebody else, and the two people can have a conversation. So this is a test of a conversation such as that. I'm going to ask my lovely camera person to ask me a question. You'll hear her voice, you'll hear my voice in response. So go ahead and ask a question.
Okay, Bob, what's your favorite feature of this microphone?
My favorite feature of the Comica WS60 is its reliability so far. Now, my distance test, the reliability wasn't great, but when you're this sort of working distance, right now I'm maybe 2.5 meters away, call it 8 feet, it has been just absolutely dead reliable. No dropouts, perfect sound, and that is my favorite feature of the microphone, its reliability. Now I want to take a closer look at some of the features of the receiver. I'm not using the Comica system right now. What I'm using for audio right now is one of the Comica microphones, the clip-on lavalier mics. I've actually got its wire running back to my camera and plugged into my camera. I'm using a Panasonic GH5, and these microphones, each of which has about a 4-foot cord on it, call it about 1.5 meters, those microphones will work directly with my camera. That's what I'm using right now, so I'm not using the wireless system. Anyway, if you look at the actual receiver here, you can see here's one of the mounts and the other mount for the cell phone. On the back of the receiver, there's a 1/4 inch 20 screw hole, a female screw hole, so you can use a 1/4 20 mount for this. And the mounts here also have 1/4 20 mounts. That's where I've been attaching it on both sides. So there's 3 1/4 20 mounts that you can have using this. Now, turning it back right side up, on-off switch, channel A, channel B. You've got an A-B switch. Now, when you're using it in dual transmitter mode with both transmitters running, like I did with an interview, you want it in A-B mode. In A mode, it gets only the A transmitter. In B mode, it gets only the B transmitter. Down here is a mono stereo switch. I had it in mono so that when I was asked a question, both the question and my response were both on both channels. It was monaural. In stereo, then you'll get one transmitter in one channel and the other transmitter in the other channel. And at the bottom is a switch that selects between whether you're using this with a cell phone or with a camera. Now, I have it in the camera mode because I'm using it with my Panasonic camera. If you're going to be using it with a cell phone, you need to have it in the cell phone mode. And I can tell you that when it is in the cell phone mode, when this switch is in the cell phone mode, that you will not get any audio on your camera if you in fact have it plugged into the camera. So I once tried it. I did a whole take with this in the cell phone mode, and I was connecting the receiver to my camera and I got no audio. So you have to have it in camera mode to get audio in your camera, cell phone mode to get audio in your cell phone. Here you have individual volume controls. These are wheels to adjust the volume for both the A and B receivers, both the A and B receive channels. That's super handy to have. Other wireless mics, I had to go into a menu and use a menu to select the volumes. Here, I've got the volume adjustments right here. This is the output. It's a microphone level output that works with virtually any SLR style camera. They all have microphone level inputs. And notice that there's also a headphone output. So if you have a camera that needs a line level output, you can get the line level output from this headphone jack. This is a test of the Comica system using a microphone other than a Comica microphone. The microphone I'm using is an Asden shotgun mic. Now it's an XLR balanced microphone, so I have a balanced to unbalanced adapter allowing me to plug it into the Comica transmitter, and I believe it's working just fine. I've really enjoyed my time with the Comica WS60 wireless mic. It's been really nice. I really appreciate the fact that the transmitters are so small and so light. They're much lighter than other transmitters. Other transmitters I've used, you have to put batteries in and that weighs them down, and the lithium-ion battery in this is very light. So I like that a lot. And it's just like having a wire between the microphone and the camera, only it's wireless because it's a wireless transmitter system. It really works well. So now if you are a vlogger that uses your cell phone, this is the ideal microphone to use with a cell phone because it's got that very sturdy built-in cell phone dock that's built into the receiver. Now, I don't use my cell phone with my gear. I have a nice SLR style camera, a mirrorless camera that I use. So I don't really care about the cell phone docking capability of this, I would just as soon have a receiver that didn't have the dock, and so that doesn't really appeal to me. But if you shoot with your cell phone, hey, this is probably the mic to get. Now, it's a little on the pricey side. It's $200 to $250, and I know that there are lower price alternatives out there. I do not know if Comica has a single transmitter version of this. That would be less expensive, because it really is very nice quality. And I definitely recommend the Comica WS60 wireless microphone system. Hey everybody, I'm Bob Kovacs. Thanks for watching.